I'm ready. What's going on YouTube? Easy back on the channel, and just getting my meal 4 ready for back day. And so anyways, we're gonna get meal 4 ready. A little bit of a black magic protein, nothing too crazy. I'm pretty weird when it comes to my training day meals and stuff. In the past, I would have done about 3 meals before I train, but since last year, starting with 4 meals before I train, I just feel a lot stronger in the gym. Everything just clicks a little bit better. So actually, I should eat my pre-workout meal now, but it takes too long to digest, so I just eat it as meal 3, and then I'll actually just eat my final meal of the day, which would be meal 5. I'll swap meal 4 and meal 5. Post-workout meal obviously being post-workout, and then meal 5 being now. And I feel like those extra calories, granted, it's not a whole lot of extra food, but it does make a difference in the training session. Okay, we got the hat on, got the food, got the meal. I need to add some berries in this, but no, I just need to add some 1.5 scoops protein powder, 170 grams fat-free Greek yogurt, 150 grams berries. Ah shoot, I forgot the almond butter, but that's what we got, meal number 5. And let's just talk about back training. Today, I'm gonna try and control. The last couple back sessions haven't been bad at all, right? But they haven't been up to the standard that I want to set for all my training, right? That I set for all my training. So, what do I mean by that? Basically, I really try and keep form a main priority. Really try to make sure I'm using my mind and muscles to connect, and not just moving weight to move weight for the sake of moving weight. I see a lot of people in the gym just moving weight, and that's fun. That is a lot of fun. Squatting 315, but not me. But I'm saying other people. But all that stuff. But I really want to focus on pump today. Squeezing the muscle. So I'm going to train a little bit more intentional. I might have to lower the weight a little bit on back, but back is already a strong point for me. Well, I'll get to that point in just a second. But so I want to keep form, intensity high, to keep those 2 things in mind, and squeeze the muscle for back tonight. So what I was going to say though is, I go on IG, maybe spend 30 minutes to an hour, maybe scrolling, searching content ideas, whatever, right? And I see all these physiques, so I'm like, oh, this person looks good, that person looks pretty good. Obviously in the guys division, but then they turn around, I'm like, oh, that's a good side chest, oh, that's a good side tricep. And as soon as they turn around, I'm like, where'd the muscle go, And my point with that, maybe you'll see a little bit of the teres major or something, and maybe you'll see a little bit of trap development, upper trap development, but you really don't see any thickness and a lot of detail. And that's one thing. The thickness I'm still building up in my back, for sure, but I have the detail, for sure, in my back. I'd like a little bit more thickness in the back, a little bit more width, but I have the detail, for sure. And I think it's just because a lot of people do not know how to train back, and it's one of those, it's not your mirror muscles. You can't see them, so it makes sense. And it's just like calves or forearms, it's a forgotten muscle group, or it's a muscle group that people train, but they don't know how to quite hit it right. They don't know how to contract their back muscles. They don't know how to feel it. I feel like it all starts with that, with the back muscles. And so yeah, that's just kind of my point. A lot of guys just do not. A lot of people in general, just not have great back development. And so yeah, I mean, don't take my advice, but but that's just what I see on IG and just in general. So anyways, with those two things in mind, yeah, I've just been swinging the weight a little bit more than I'd like. Trying to go for heavier weight because I'm, in my mind, every lift, I'm like, if I don't increase by 1 to 2 reps or 5 to 10 pounds, it's a failure. Which can be tough to match every single week. So, like I said, the last couple weeks I hadn't been doing that. So this workout, I'm not going to worry so much about the weight. I'm going to try and avoid worrying about the weight and really worry about focus and intensity and form. So anyways, let me finish up this meal and hopefully I'll get a couple back training clips. Alright, so finished most of the back portion. We got some lat pullovers we're gonna top out with, but sometimes I just gotta switch up the exercise. Back gets a little bit fatigued, so I'll switch to rear delts, give my overall back a little bit of rest, especially after all those hard sets, and especially after that cluster 8, 10, 12 on upper back pull downs. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. But anyways, we're going to do some rear delts, 3 sets, and then do those lat pullovers. I really want to bring up my lats. They're not a weak point, but they're also not a strong point. So got to bring those up really so I can hit that victory pose and get those lats flaring. So anyways, let's hit these rear delt dumbbell flies. The rear delt machine's always been used, so although actually it's cables for me. But anyways, maybe go up to 15ers. But don't need to go overly heavy. Really just trying to feel my rear delts and squeeze them at the top and pump them up really good. Okay, lat pullovers, getting pumped up around here, baby. So I'm gonna start pretty light though. Just 4 on the stack here. Just warm my way up. Training with a lot of intentionality, intention, and really just trying to get a good connection with my lats, especially since I want to bring these up, and I really want to get a good solid squeeze on these. So I'm gonna warm up on that. And hopefully I can PR from last week and maybe go up to 55s for like 12 reps. That'll be my top set. But if not, it doesn't happen, and we'll focus on more pump and squeeze. So, but that's the goal.
Little bro's in the back. We're gonna get only me though, because
What do you think? What do you think?
I'm about 3 times his size.
Feel the bicep.
Bro, watch out.
Hey, Easy, close the frame in on you more, bro.